Picture this. Me, knee-deep in mud, trying to coax a fluffy, scared fox kit out from under a bush with a can of sardines. Not exactly how I pictured my Saturday morning, but hey, rescuing foxes is full of surprises. This, my friends, is the glamorous life of a fox rescuer. It all started with a phone call, a concerned neighbor, a rustling in the bushes, and a tiny fox kit separated from its family. It wasn't long before I found myself driving home with a cardboard box full of squeaks and a heart full of worry. Little did I know, this was just the beginning of my adventure into the world of fox rescue, a world filled with more mischief, mayhem, and heartwarming moments than I could have ever imagined. From bottle-feeding orphaned kits to rehabilitating injured adults, every day brought a new challenge, a new story, and a whole lot of fox fur on my clothes. But through it all, one thing remained constant: the undeniable charm and captivating personalities of these incredible creatures. These weren't your cunning, chicken-stealing tricksters of folklore. These were intelligent, sensitive animals, with a zest for life that was both endearing and hilarious. They were quick learners, master escape artists, and had an uncanny knack for finding the most inconvenient and hilarious places to bury their treasures, usually my slippers. Now, you might be picturing foxes living in cozy underground burrows, and you wouldn't be entirely wrong. But these crafty canines are surprisingly adaptable when it comes to real estate. From suburban gardens to city parks, foxes have a knack for making themselves at home wherever they can find food, water, and a bit of peace and quiet. I've seen them curled up in flower pots, snoozing under sheds, and even once, much to my amusement, napping in a hammock. They're not too picky, these foxes. A pile of leaves, a hollow log, a conveniently placed stack of firewood. They're all fair game in the world of fox housing. It's this adaptability that allows them to thrive in such a wide range of environments, from bustling cities to quiet countrysides. And while they may not always be the most welcome guests, especially to those with prize-winning vegetable gardens, there's no denying their resourcefulness and ability to make do with what they have. But let's be honest, their ingenuity often borders on mischief. I once spent an entire afternoon trying to figure out how my gardening gloves disappeared, only to find them stashed away in a den dug under my compost bin. A fox's version of a walk-in closet, I suppose. They're opportunistic scavengers, these foxes, always on the lookout for a free meal or a cozy new den. And don't even get me started on their digging skills. They could give professional landscapers a run for their money. One minute your backyard is a pristine oasis, the next it looks like a miniature earthquake hit, complete with strategically placed holes and a network of tunnels that would make any gopher proud. It's all fun and games until you trip over a newly excavated burrow on your way to the trash can. Speaking of trash cans, let's talk about food, shall we? Now, foxes may have a reputation for being cunning hunters, and they are, but they're also not above a little dumpster diving when the opportunity arises. These opportunistic omnivores aren't picky eaters, which is probably why they've adapted so well to living alongside humans. They'll happily gobble down everything from rodents and rabbits to fruits, berries, and even the occasional discarded fast food wrapper, much to our dismay. Think of them as the raccoons of the canine world, equal parts adorable and annoying, especially when they're raiding your compost bin for tasty scraps. You haven't experienced true frustration until you've had a perfectly ripe tomato stolen from your garden by a sly fox, its tail wagging innocently as it disappears into the bushes. They're like furry little ninjas, these foxes, silent and stealthy, appearing and disappearing with the grace of a shadow. One minute your bird feeder is full, the next it's swaying precariously in the breeze, completely empty. And just when you think you've outsmarted them by securing your trash cans with bungee cords, you'll find them lounging on your porch, happily munching on a discarded chicken bone, as if to say, "Nice try, human." But it's hard to stay mad at those adorable little faces, especially when they look at you with those big, innocent eyes. It's all part of their charm, I suppose, this ability to be both endearing and infuriating at the same time. They're a constant reminder that nature is full of surprises, and sometimes those surprises involve a furry bandit making off with your dinner. But their scavenging habits serve an important purpose. Foxes are nature's cleanup crew, keeping rodent populations in check and cleaning up carrion that would otherwise attract less desirable critters. They're like tiny, furry sanitation workers, ensuring that the circle of life continues to spin, even if it means occasionally leaving a trail of feathers and bones in their wake. They're not always the most glamorous creatures, but they play a vital role in maintaining a healthy ecosystem. And let's be honest, their scavenging often provides us with a good laugh or two. I'll never forget the time I found a fox kit trying to drag a garden gnome twice its size back to its den. I can only imagine what its mother must have thought when it proudly presented her with this prize. Or the time I watched a fox attempt to bury a whole watermelon in a flower pot. They may not always succeed, but you have to admire their ambition. These encounters serve as a reminder that even in the midst of our busy lives, there's still room for a little bit of wildness, a little bit of humor, and a whole lot of appreciation for the creatures that share our world. They teach us to find joy in the unexpected, to embrace the chaos, and to never underestimate the intelligence and resilience of the natural world. After all, who needs cable when you have a family of foxes living in your backyard? They're better than any reality TV show, that's for sure. And unlike those stage dramas, the antics of foxes are always genuine, always entertaining, and always leave you with a smile on your face.